I'm Roxanne Battle. Thanks for watching Kare 11.
That's me, Roxanne Battle.
And that's not me. I'm Brad Woodard filling in for Pat Evans today. The holiday movie season is in full swing. Straight ahead, we'll find out if Jeff Strickler is grinning about the new Julia Roberts flick, Mona Lisa Smile.
And floral designer Jill Slater is here with beautiful, fresh ideas for holiday bouquets.
And for the would-be handyman in your life, the lazy homeowner is here with gifts to ease the workload.
Don't let that name fool you. When you're hot, you're hot. A hometown author shares her new book, a humorous look at hot flashes. All that and more next on...
On what?
Kare 11
Today. Kare 11 Today, that's it.
This is Kare 11 Today.
How are you this morning? It's Friday before Christmas, the start of Hanukkah.
It's hard to believe, isn't it?
It is really hard to believe. I thought I was doing good getting the tree and everything up like the weekend of Thanksgiving, and now I find myself woefully stressed out and behind because I just haven't done all that I should be doing.
It's the same thing every year.
It is, but you know what? It always gets done and people are always grateful and it's always nice, and there you go.
There you go.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Took a couple of days off this week. Trying to get ready for the holidays myself.
All right.
Somewhat unsuccessfully. But,
you're in the same boat I'm in.
Yeah.
Isn't this cute?
That's very nice. What is that?
This is a very popular bear. Actually, my son had this when he was little. It's Peef, the Christmas bear. It's a story of a teddy bear that is handmade by Santa and given to a lucky child on Christmas Eve. And the authors of the book are having a book signing, actually.
That's right.
Author and illustrator Tom Haig and Warren Hansen will be on hand tomorrow at a Peef celebration at the Barnes & Noble in Eagan from 2 to 4 p.m. And you can get a free keychain with a Peef purchase. And call that number right there, 651-683-1955.
I suppose this would be the keychain here.
Yeah, this is a little keychain.
That's really nice. And what a great story, too.
Oh, it does squeak. Yeah, okay, it's sweet.
Good to know that's Peef doing that.
Okie dokie Finoki. We have lots of great things in store today. The Excelsior Choir is here.
Always love them.
Grammy
They're
nominated, Bobby
fantastic.
Champion, consummate musician. They're here, and then we're going to be making some holiday bouquets. And speaking of the holidays, this is the last day for the Toys for Tots drive.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Don Moldenhauer does, because he's out in the backyard with the forecast, and he's going to stop by the tent.
We got a group with us here, so we'll talk to them in just a minute. Let's give you a quick update on the weather. The weather's starting off this morning kind of cool with wind chills in the single digits, but look at that big blob of yellow there on the screen. That is some warm air, and what's going to happen over this weekend is that's going to start to drift our way, and as the winds pick up out of the south, we'll see our temperatures start to climb over the next couple of days. Matter of fact, 30s are in the forecast for the weekend. It's 19 right now. Here's a look at the forecast for today. Partly cloudy, 25 to 30 for our high temperatures for today. And then tonight, it's going to be kind of cool once again. We'll drop down into the teens, 14 to 19 on our low temperature. And as we head on into tomorrow, we'll go back up to 33. A few more clouds are possible on Sunday as that warm air comes in up and over our cold air. 36 on the high, though. It's still going to be mild on Sunday, and then a chance for some light snow coming in about Monday. But after that, it looks pretty quiet right on up through the Christmas holiday, at least the way things look right now. Well, as you were saying, Toys for Tots wrapping up today. I've got one group with me back here in the backyard this time. And who's our spokesperson again? You are right here? Okay, tell me who you are and tell me which group you're with.
My name is Jared Krebs, and I'm from Pleasant View Elementary in Sauk Rapids, Minnesota. And we earned $1,700 by the third graders made handcrafted items, and we sold them at our school store. Over the course of 3 days, we've made $1,700.
Great, that's fantastic.
We got tons of toys.
You got a bunch of toys too. Here, let's give the check back to Staff Sergeant Tuller here. He's standing by right there. Let me get all of the kids. Go ahead and say your name so people at home can see you.
I'm Emily Hansen. I'm Megan Levitt.
We already got you. Or go ahead, do it again.
I'm Jared Krebs.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Derek Nixon. Hi, I'm Emily Campbell. Hi, I'm Heidi Ness.
And in the back?
Hi, I'm Cora Steinberg.
Right here?
Hi, I'm Eddie Orth.
Good. Okay, good. And we want to ask Staff Sergeant Tuller here to tell us how things are doing and where things kind of stand.
Well, right now we have what we're calling Mount Toyobachi up there at the warehouse. Some of the things I need to tell you today is that today is the last day for drop-offs, both here at the tent and at the warehouse. We'd like you to bring all the toys to the warehouse. It's on 3201 East 62nd Street, right there next to the airport. And we're also still looking for teenager toys.
Still
both
need
male
some
and female.
teenager toys. Okay, thanks a lot. Another good year for Toys for Tots. Back to you, Rox.
Thank you very much,
Okay.
Don. Even with the snow blowing around this holiday season, you can still have some beautiful flowers inside. Our next guest is a talented floral designer, Jill Slater, and she's joining us today with some ideas for your holiday table. Jill, how are you?
I'm good.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I saw you in the spring, I saw you in the summer, now I see you in the dead of winter, and it feels like spring all over
I
again.
love working with you, Roxanne. You're the best. You want to look at my cute flower tree?
This is beautiful.
Isn't that lovely?
And you made this, didn't you? Of course you did.
Yes,
There-
but you
yeah,
can too.
They're all carnations?
All carnations. It's so easy to do.
Right here.
And
Okay.
you put it in like a 4-inch container of any
Okay.
kind.
Okay.
Then you take a knife and
Carefully.
you begin, I'll just do one and you do the next.
Okay.
And you begin shaving it into a tree shape or a cone shape.
Okay.
And it takes probably 5 to 6 minutes to do this because, you know, the first time is always different.
Okay, how
That's
am I
right.
doing?
Keep going. Just
Okay.
make one more slice.
Right here?
Yeah. And then right there.
Okay, right here? Okay, right here.
Right there so everybody can see. Cool. When
Okay.
it's done.
Okay, so that's good. Okay, voila, we switched it out.
Yep.
It's gonna look like
It's
this.
gonna look
Everybody
like
at home can
that.
see.
A cone shape. It doesn't have to be perfect, you can
No,
tell.
but you just kind of want a cone shape there.
Then
Okay.
set it back in the container. You're breaking stuff.
I'm sorry about that.
No, it's
Okay.
no big deal.
Now-
And then we need carnations. You need about 25 to 30 carnations.
25 to 30. You can buy those in the bouquets at the grocery
Absolutely.
store or
You
wherever.
want to cut the carnations longer for the bottom and a little bit shorter for the middle, just to get the tree shape.
You see how she snipped those there? The different lengths on that top, middle, and bottom.
And then shorter for the top.
Okay.
And then you just begin filling in and you put these carnations, you know, pretty close to each other. You don't have to cram them in.
Well, I did the order. I did the short, middle, and bottom.
That's
That's
good.
right. This is a
this
bottom
one's going to
one.
go out a little bit longer,
Okay.
like that.
All right.
So we'll finish it up, and it's going to look like this.
Okay,
There
and
we
then-
go. And then just put those. Whoops, I'm moving the table.
That's okay.
In there.
Like
so
that.
easy to do. Your kids would really enjoy this project.
And it's so
And
pretty.
Flowers are so great.
You could do
for
it with white
any time of
carnations. You
year.
could do it with red carnations. You could do it with the
Even
oh,
pink
that's
ones.
just lovely.
You could make it striped, whatever.
That's very good.
This is
Okay,
also
another-
a really fun one.
Okay, what is this?
Well, this I call a gifted centerpiece, in that when you have a holiday party,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to wrap the flowers individually in computer paper and give them away. You could even set this.
Sure, this is just that beautiful. You have my name on
I do,
it.
because if I were
Yeah.
inviting you to dinner, which I'd love for you to come,
Okay.
I could put that at your place setting, and I could have an empty container in the center of the table, and everybody could put their flowers
In
and make
there.
a centerpiece.
Or you
It's
could
so easy.
do it the other way. You could start a centerpiece and then hand these out as people are
people
leaving,
leave.
something like that. That's
this,
lovely.
This is the way you do it.
Okay.
You need some paper and you need double-sided tape. You put it
Double-sided
in
tape.
one corner, and you put the flower in a water tube.
So this is an 8.5 by 11. Double-sided tape here and
Right.
an L shape in the corner. If everybody can see that at home, that L-shaped double-sided tape there. There you go.
Then you take your water tube and you get a water tube, craft store, flower shop, grocery store, wherever you buy your flowers, and begin holding onto that water tube and rolling it up into an ice cream shape.
Done.
Just like that. Then you can put your sticker right here.
To cover
and
the seam.
Voila.
Done.
It's
easy.
done. Quick, easy, simple,
Okay, great.
inexpensive.
What do we have here?
Well, anything that holds water can certainly hold flowers. And that goes for a little teapot. Look how sweet this is. And what a great gift this might make for someone.
Sure, you personalize it to
That's
Roxanne
your name.
from Jill.
We've OG'd on you. We love you. So what you need, what I did here, because this teapot,
gonna make
look
it
at
now.
that,
Okay.
is so short, I put that floral foam again. But you could always just wrap flowers in
Okay,
a
but you
rubber
do,
band.
everybody at home can see there's a little floral foam there with water. Okay, and
Yep.
you've got a nice little sprig there.
I sure do.
And
I'm
you
just
cut
gonna
these nice and short.
Yep, and I stick in these 3 little roses.
Can I do one?
Yeah, oh, sorry. Go ahead and put in the snapdragons.
Right here?
It's a snap
Uh-huh.
to decorate with flowers,
Okay,
and it's so
let's
fun.
do the other rows there.
Okay.
Would you have put that there to place those correctly?
That's excellent,
Is it?
excellent.
You sure
Grouping
you're
of
just not
flowers.
just saying that, are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
it's very
good.
nice.
See, that's
I want
pretty.
to show you one more thing.
What?
This is a cool teapot. Got this up here one. Look at this.
Oh.
That's the coffee mug or the teacup.
You could
And
just set that as,
anything-
no, I would set this at your place setting.
Wouldn't that
there.
be sweet?
Yeah. What is the name of this flower again?
It is a chrysanthemum.
It's just really
Isn't that
pretty. Yeah.
And here we have wine glasses and champagne glasses done in the same way. These could be scattered all over your house, in the bathroom, by the bedside, wherever you want. Let me show you how you make these little fun collars.
Yeah, because that's what I'm looking at. You have the flower, but then you actually have worked the leaf. They don't come like this. You've placed these leaves together like this.
We have. These are lemon leaves.
Show me how. Lemon leaves.
Yeah,
Show
you
me
could
how.
use camellia leaves. You could use magnolia leaves. What you do is you take 3 leaves and you staple them together. Okay. And you make 3 different sections. And then we're going to staple the 3 sections together like that. You just take your stapler. It doesn't look real pretty to begin with, that's for darn sure. And let's see, like that. When you're done, it's going to look like this.
Okay.
That's all stapled completely.
So
There's
how does
like
the flower get in there?
Well, take a scissors, go like that, put your flower through, and set it in, and put some water in there. Really
That's so
simple
pretty.
and easy
That
and
is
fun.
so pretty. Look at that. You could do that for New Year's Eve.
So many people are
That's just
using flowers
pretty.
as decorating
Finally,
accents. Finally.
you brought my favorite flowers.
Oh, these the rubrum lilies are so pretty with the alstroemeria. And the alstroemeria are also in the lily family.
I didn't know that.
Yes. So how you do this is that you, if you're right-handed, put the flowers in your left hand, and you just very quickly, you want to do this?
Yes.
You just very quickly gather the flowers at the same height, putting some Christmas greens in, and these Christmas greens are very sticky. You need a good soap to get those off, and here's some of these beautiful chrysanthemums.
those.
So when you're done, we get the idea, turn it upside down,
Okay.
and you rubber band them.
All right.
And it comes out to a big container or a big bouquet,
Okay.
just like that.
And then we snip them and stuff them in there.
And throw them in and put them wherever you want, coffee table, foyer.
You're very talented.
Oh, thank you. You
Thank
too. You did a great
Jill. Merry
job.
Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah as well. For more information on ways to display your flowers, go online to www.flowerpossibilities.com. Now, if you're planning to take in a movie this weekend, stick around for the reviews. Next, critic Jeff Strickler and Julie Roberts take us back to the roots of feminism and Mona Lisa's smile. And of course, he'll also talk about the final Lord of the Rings film. Then the lazy homeowner shows us his favorite gift ideas. And still to come, A Gospel Christmas by Excelsior Choir.
So holy, make it right. New life, new hope, new joy it brings.
Thanks for watching Kare 11 today with Pat Evans and Roxanne Battle.
It's back to school for Julia Roberts as the Oscar winner hits the big screen in her new film, Mona Lisa's Smile. And our own smiling critic, Jeff Strickler, is here with this film and other blockbusters. Good morning,
Good
Smiley.
morning. Good to see you.
Now, you recently had a chance to talk to some of the people in this film,
Got a
right?
chance to talk to people about this movie. The reference to Back to School is it's a set in a college in the 1950s. You get it right. We did get a chance to sit down and chat about the film and what they hope it accomplishes. Let's take a look.
It says here that you're pre-law. What law school are you going to go to?
I hadn't really thought about that. I mean, after I graduate, I plan on getting married.
And then?
And then I'll be married.
You can do both.
Even though Mona Lisa's Smile is a story about a 1950s college professor trying to get her female students to reject gender stereotypes, it's not just a chick flick. In fact, it was directed by a man, Mike Newell, who says the movie isn't about women, it's about freedom.
They're in a cage, and do they have the resources of determination and character and drive to get themselves out of the cage? Because, modern audience, if you didn't, then you were simply ground to powder.
Don't disrespect this class just because you're married. Don't disrespect me just because you're not.
Julia Roberts plays the teacher, who is appalled when she discovers that most of her students came to college mainly to find husbands. But can she practice what she preaches? The question arises when she starts to fall for a fellow professor.
I knew you'd go for her. She's too old for him. She's too smart for him.
This sort of dilemma was common in the 1950s, according to Marcia Gay Harden, who plays another one of the teachers. And the dilemma was at the heart of early feminism.
I think it's an interesting time to peel back the skin of that onion, and does it stink or does it not stink when you get to the middle?
So the choice is yours, ladies. You can conform to what other people expect. Or you can...
I know.
Be ourselves.
But what will it all mean to today's young women who take such attitudes for granted? Actress Jennifer Goodwin hopes it makes them appreciate what they've got.
Will young girls get it, or is this aimed at older women?
So I hope that we all understand our mothers more and our grandmothers more and what they did to make it possible for us to have opportunities.
No, but it's interesting. This movie works on a lot of different levels. On the one hand, it is this overview of feminism, recent history of feminism, but the young women, they don't know about it all. It's also one of these sort of Mr. Holland's Opus type movies where the teacher is having a profound influence and doesn't really appreciate it till later. And it's also just an old-fashioned romance because Julia Roberts is in love and is facing this conflict about what to do about it. And it works. I think that the romance works the best. I think that the history lesson is second best. As a Mr. Holland's Opus type thing, it isn't quite as effective. But I like the fact that Julia Roberts shared the spotlight. It's a true ensemble effort. So I'm going to give this 3 stars, 2 for the kids, mainly because it's kind of a talky movie, not because of the content. Mainly.
But it's not a chick flick.
No, it's.
Are you sure about that?
They got mad at me when I called it that. I'm not going to call it a chick flick again.
All right, sir. Well, also in theaters, the final installment of the epic Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Return of the King.
Now, 3 has not been a lucky number for Hollywood. We had Godfather 3, Matrix 3.
I like the Godfather 3.
Okay, you were the one. Yeah. So, but we go into this thing. Are we a little nervous? Maybe. You know what? This is the grand finale, and it is indeed a grand finale. Let's take a look.
I don't want to be in a battle. But waiting on the edge of one I can't escape is even worse. Is there any hope, Gandalf, for Frodo and Sam?
There never was much hope.
You know, Brad, it's not a perfect film. It's 3.5 hours long, and even that has some pacing problems. There looks like some scenes that didn't quite make it in because it jumps around. But still, it's gloriously done. And so I think if you like the first 2, you're going to just have your socks knocked off on this one. But if you weren't into the first 2, there's nothing that's going to change your mind. And we've talked about this before. They shot these 3 movies as one continuous film. Do not walk into movie number 3 expecting to just pick it up on the fly because you'll be totally confused. In fact, this movie makes references or has characters in it that were in the first movie but not in the second movie. So it's very much, you've really got to be into it. You've got to be paying attention to what it is. I think for fans, it's a delight, and if you're a non-fan, it isn't going to change your mind.
Right.
But you know what? There will be at 3.5 hours. You know what? In a year, there'll be the editor's cut on DVD, which will be 4.5 hours.
Holy cow! And
So
think about the whole trilogy all together.
And you just have to
take a week to watch that.
Yeah, I think so. And it'll probably be great. 3.5 stars and 2 for the kids. If your kids weren't freaked out by the battle scenes in number 2, they'll be okay with this one.
3.5 stars. You like that one?
I did like that one.
Well, also new today, this looks very good. The Cooler, starring William H. Macy and Alec Baldwin. Is it as good as it looks?
It is. Nobody plays a loser like William H. Macy. And in this movie, he's playing the ultimate loser. In fact, he's called the Cooler because he's such a loser that he's hired by a casino to stand next to the bettors and cool them off when they go on hot streaks.
Wow.
Let's take a look.
You're a cooler. You turn winners into losers.
Do you know how I do that?
Listen, I know there's a lot of stuff that happens in casinos all the time.
I do it by being myself. People get next to me, their luck turns. It's always been that way.
Well, that sounds like a self-fulfilling prophecy to me.
What happens here is he falls in love, and suddenly his luck starts to change. And that's good luck for William H. Macy, but very, very bad luck for Alec Baldwin, who runs the casino. So the story isn't really surprising. We know that Baldwin's going to start manipulating and try to make Macy unhappy again. But these are just really terrific performances. Macy, I think it's Macy's best performance since Fargo. And it's so fun to watch Alec Baldwin, who's playing the goofball in The Cat in the Hat, turn around, and this is more like his Glengarry Glen Ross role, where he's very manipulative and very mean. It's such a very, very.
He plays a great bad guy, doesn't he?
He plays a great bad guy. He does, and he's so smarmy about it. He's charming and mean at the same time. So I really like the show. I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. None for the kids. This is not a kids' movie. Leave them at home.
You know, well, William H. Macy does play a great loser. You know, and what a great job that would be. I wish I'd heard about it. He probably would have beaten me out. He would be the bigger loser then.
No.
Well, what about video picks for this weekend?
We got a dandy. You know, the role reversal comedy Freaky Friday. It's cute, it's energetic, and it's fun. And while that sounds more like a review for a cheerleading squad than a movie, this film is certain to earn cheers from the family film crowd. You know, it's the effervescent Jamie Lee Curtis, and she's turning in one of her funniest performances of the year. She plays a mother who trades body with a 15-year-old daughter, Lindsay Lohan. And yes, this is a remake of a 1956 movie, and no, I don't usually like remakes, but this one I think rates it being better than the original.
Don't hear that every day.
No, we don't.
Well,
and
now...
and I'm sorry I said that about The Godfather 3. I take it back.
Actually, it was a very good film, I thought.
Yeah, all right.
But, you know, talking about video picks, Mr. Holland's Opus, that's a great one to get this weekend, too.
It is.
But while still on the subject of Freaky Friday, we want to let you know that you have a chance to win your very own Freaky Friday DVD. Just call the numbers on your screen. That's 651-989-1111 or 888-546-8811. Callers number 1 and 11 will win a copy of the hit film Freaky Friday. And Jeff, you can't
I know there
for
isn't
this.
one for me.
You've probably seen it enough, right? Thank you so much. It's a pleasure as always.
Been fun.
And still to come, Small Wonders, Little Giants. We'll take you to a unique exhibit at the Historical Society and meet a Minnesota man who makes action figures. But first, a lazy homeowner is also a lazy shopper. There's a big shock. He has some last-minute gift ideas for the not-so-handy man or woman.
When it comes to getting things done without breaking a sweat, it's hard to beat our next guy. Mike Ferrara, otherwise known as the Lazy Homeowner, is here with his holiday wish list. Welcome, Mike.
Hey, Rox.
Don't let the name fool you.
Yeah, right. How are you?
I'm terrific. And these are all your favorite things?
Oh, absolutely. Well, let's talk about the grown-ups first,
All
okay?
right.
I got a chance to drive a brand new SUV by Volkswagen last week. It's called the Touareg. And the reason I love it, it's won a bunch of awards. It was co-developed by Porsche. It's half the price of the Porsche. It's only $35,000. The Porsche goes up to $80,000. It's got a European sedan interior, gorgeous car.
That's a gorgeous car.
Now, the back seat is where we want to focus today because, you know, those long trips to Grandma's house can take their toll. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was a portable DVD player. This is really important because you can take this into a hotel room, you can use it in the car, and for $299 at Suncoast, it's a great deal. They've really come down in price.
$299 for a portable DVD player, and then if you take this on vacation with you in the hotel room,
it's got a portable battery in it, and you know, movies are great. They also play CDs, which is important too. And I went to Sam Goody and picked up a bunch of CDs. The hottest one this year is called Harry for the Holidays. This is the new Harry Connick CD, and this has a really rockin' version of Frosty the Snowman.
Oh, does it really?
You've got to listen to this.
All right.
And of course, prices on CDs have come down quite a bit. You know, you can get them for $20 or less now. This is another one. Now that's what I call Christmas. And this has a compilation, Gloria Estefan, Ray Charles. They've got all
Celine
kinds
Dion, Amy Grant.
all kinds of great stuff. So everyone will be happy with this one. Now, Sam Goody's also got some music trivia calendars. These are a lot of fun in the car. You can read off some questions and ask the kids, you know, if they know any of this stuff. Of course, it's for old folks like us.
Which movie starring Kevin Bacon as a rebel-rousing dancing fool yielded a #1 hit single in 1984? A. Caddyshack, B. Flashdance, C. Return of the Jedi, and D. Footloose.
Caddyshack, no.
No, wasn't it Footloose?
Footloose, there you go. Jeff should have
Dating
been here
ourselves.
for that. Now, if you've got teenagers, Xbox and PlayStation 2 are really hot this year. Tony Hawk's Underground, this is the new game, skateboarder game. You got to have that. Now, if you get some bad gifts this Christmas, and who doesn't, here's some ties that I had from last year. You can go to Sam Goody Central the day after Christmas, December 26th,
These are hideous.
and return your gifts for a Sam Goody gift card up to $500. How's that for a deal? Okay? So go to the Mall of America day after Christmas from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Bring your bad gift, and Sam Goody will give you a gift card up to $500.
Is that right?
Such a deal.
And then what do they do with the goodies?
Well, they're going to bring them back to the North Pole.
Okay. Donate 'em. Speaking of giveaways, the DVD Freaky Friday, we have a winner, so thanks for calling.
Okay.
All right, moving on.
Now, back to the guy toys here. We've got Black & Decker 7-piece Firestorm toolkit. These are 18-volt tools, Roxanne, not toys. They're very serious tools. They come with this beautiful workstation, mobile workstation, $299 at Menards. If you bought these tools separately, it would have cost you $500.
So you get the workstation that you're looking at right now.
And 7 cordless tools. And the coolest thing, of course, is this laser level that doubles as a stud finder. Okay, and as you can see, it's going off because it's
Found a stud.
Me. Okay, okay.
But
and then Incredible Orange. This might seem strange to put under the Christmas tree, but I'm telling you, if you're a lazy homeowner like me, you're going to love this stuff. This is stuff you spray on your driveway so you don't have to shovel the snow.
Love it.
Okay, you spray it on. It's just the same stuff the highway departments use. The snow melts instantly. It's equivalent to about a 50-pound bag of rock salt. And if you wait until it does snow, you can spray it on top of it, and it will melt the snow. And it's $5 a gallon at Target and Fleet Farm. And
you know, this is good too, just for on the sidewalk too, and your step if you're a little slippery.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if it doesn't rain for a while, if you keep spraying it on there, you'll never have to shovel. How much better does it get?
You can't get lazier than that. Mike, thank
all right,
you.
Roxanne, take care.
Great. Happy holidays to you. For more information on all the items that you just saw, you can log on to Mike's website, appropriately, lazyhomeowner.com. We're going to explore a world of tiny heroes. Up next, meet a local man who makes his life creating action figures. Plus, the soulful sounds of Christmas in our studio. It is the one, the only Excelsior Choir. We'll be right back.
And the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Lord.
This is Kare 11 Today.
Barbie to Batman to the latest action heroes, they are all on display at the Minnesota Historical Society, and one of the artists responsible for bringing them to life is Minnesota's very own Steve Kiewis, and it's our pleasure to welcome Steve to the show this morning to tell us more about his amazing talent and amazing craft. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Now, you're someone who basically never grew up, I would imagine.
I get paid to play as a child, yeah.
That's wonderful. You've done 1,600 action figures?
Probably in the next year or so, I'll cross the 2,000.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah. And the characters range from Batman to Lord of the Rings characters, Spider-Man,
Hulk, all, yeah.
And how does one get into this?
Well, you start out to be an architect and figure out that that's really not the way to go, and kind of fumble through life and stumble into the toy business.
A lot like television. We actually have some pictures, I think, from your studio.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're a sculptor. This
Right.
is an art form. You're not just making toys here. Tell us a little bit about the process.
Well, I start out with, it all starts from a drawing. Some of the stuff I'm better known for is the movie things, and they'll send me pictures from the sets, drawings, which is called control art, that really looks like an engineering drawing. And then we build an armature and put clay on it, and then we make a mold of that, and then we cast wax into that mold, and then do all this super fine detailing into the wax, and ultimately we make another set of molds, and those are sent to China, and then they make hundreds of thousands of what we've done.
So they might end up in a Happy Meal or a Toys R Us?
They have. I've done Happy Meal stuff. The biggest thing I've ever done is a Spider-Man, which I've been told that the Spider-Man there, they made 10 million pieces of that.
10 million pieces.
Mm-hmm.
You know, back in the 60s we had G.I. Joe, and of course there was Barbie and Ken, but things really kind of started changing in the 70s with Star Wars, right? That's
right.
Tell me about that.
Well, actually, the first real action figures was when Masters of the Universe and He-Man came along. That was when the licensing took off, and then Star Wars just changed everything. And since then, you can't do just a generic toy anymore. It has to be based on a movie property or a television show, or something that's going to be reinforced in the culture that kids are going to want to keep buying.
Now, do you have to go out and solicit business, or is this such a unique job that you're known for what you do and they come to you?
It's a bit of both. I could get by with just the customers I have if I knew they would be in business forever. But it's a volatile industry. Toy companies go out of business all the time, and so then I would be left hanging. If my main customer went out of business, I'd be in pretty bad shape if I didn't solicit for business.
Okay, well, tell us a little bit about this show that's going on. It's pretty extraordinary. You have figures all the way dating back to the last century, right?
Well, that's the museum's job. I mean, they have an incredible collection of figures and toys, all through, the history of toys, I guess. And this is their way of putting it on display to kind of give what I do a context. So it's not just seeing what's been done in the last 20 years, but since almost the turn of the century, I think.
And as part of the display, they have a child's bedroom with all of the action figures.
Right, yeah. It's a fun show, and it's got the clips from movies up on the wall, and it's a real nice show for them as well, I think.
Something tells me that your wife is a very patient woman. Does she ever have to say, all right, clean up the room, get these things?
Well, fortunately, I have a studio that is no longer at the house, and it's kind of the fortress of solitude, and so she doesn't have to deal with any of this stuff anymore. That just changed about 4 years ago.
Okay.
It just got way too hectic and too busy with people coming and going and wax and clay everywhere.
And so what are you currently working on?
Well, actually, we're still doing some more Lord of the Rings figures, and then there's always the Marvel characters. Where I'm doing a Storm, not from the movie, just from the comic book, and I'm actually just in the last year started doing Star Wars figures. So I'm doing some Episode 3 Star Wars figures.
Yeah, I was doing some reading prior to the interview, and define for me action figure syndrome. There have been a lot of real-life people like William Shatner, Dennis Rodman, Mr. T. Is it just, are you doomed once you become an action figure?
Well, I don't know. It seems to me, maybe with these big guys that are so jaded, they look down on the action figure, but there's plenty of people that, when they finally get their action figure made, that's when they feel they've arrived as an actor.
Okay. Well, sir, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it. And you can check out Small Wonders, Little Giants at the Minnesota Historical Society, which is going now through April 11th. And for more information, you can call 651-296-6126 or visit their website, www.mnhs.org.
This is absolutely amazing to me.
It
My
is amazing.
little guy probably has just about all of these, and now I know how they're made. Just fantastic work.
Thank you.
He doesn't have the girl. He doesn't do girl toys.
And imagine having like millions of pieces of your work out there.
That's just amazing.
Yeah,
it's
it
really a
is.
pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you
thanks
so
a lot.
much. They would also be great holiday gifts or birthday gifts.
That's right. It's time now for the first birthday.
We're going to start this morning by wishing Keegan Denman of Prior Lake a happy birthday. He loves singing. She loves singing, clapping her hands, and watching Sesame Street. Well, actually, that's Jorgen. That's happy first birthday to Jorgen
Madrinsky.
Yes.
Now, Jordan likes to go swimming, and he likes to eat pizza and play with his golden retriever.
And who is that there? There's Keegan. We're going to start by Keegan Denman. She loves singing, clapping her hands, and watching Sesame Street. Happy birthday again, Keegan.
Okay, who's next? It's a surprise. Happy birthday to... All right.
Jacob.
Jacob loves harassing his dogs. I bet his dogs love that as well. He likes opening drawers and playing with his twin brother, Lucas. Playing with his twin brother, Lucas celebrated his
birthday
with
yesterday.
us
The boys are born 36 minutes apart, so they have different
confused.
birthdays.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. Happy birthday. And happy birthday to Cameron Gregory Arietta from Zimmerman, is celebrating his birthday. Cameron loves to feed his puppies, play peekaboo, laugh. A very happy birthday to Cameron and everybody celebrating their birthday today. Christmas baby with a Christmas hat. That's cute.
That's kind of a rough first birthday segment.
Yeah, but we got through it. Yeah, the boys were born 36 minutes apart.
I thought that was a typo. I'm like, his twin brother.
Yes,
Okay.
they were born 36 minutes apart, and so they have birthdays on separate days.
Oh, that's
but they're
nice.
twins.
So they both get attention on their own day.
Best of both worlds.
Absolutely.
Well, the heat is on with our next guest. There's no avoiding it.
Hometown author takes a humorous look at the change of life.
First, it's the final day for collecting Toys for Tots. You still have time to drop them off right here at Kare 11 until 10:30 this evening. Anyone who's gone through or is going to pause knows it's no laughing matter, but our next guest begs to differ. Jane Nordstrom's new book, When You're Hot, promises to be a humorous survival guide to hot flashes. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Good to have you on the show,
It's
Jane.
great to be here.
You know about this firsthand in a way that maybe isn't quite normal.
Right. I'm a little young to be having hot flashes, but I was diagnosed with breast cancer about 5 years ago. And through the course of the treatment with breast cancer and then the medications after that, I started having hot flashes like crazy.
And you were able to laugh in the midst of your misery.
Right. Well, you know, you can't help but get in a room with a group of women that are dealing with hot flashes without laughing, because there are just so many funny things that happen. I'd be in the middle of church and I'd be wearing a silk blouse, and all of a sudden I'd look down and I would look like I was just been in an aerobics class or something, just soaking wet.
So no silk, and you say, you know what, forget the sweaters too, ditch the sweaters.
Exactly, the sweaters, as much as I love to wear sweaters and I have beautiful ones, I just can't wear them without just becoming so hot. So I've found joy now in giving my sweaters away to friends, and I see those sweaters on other people, and that's how I enjoy my sweaters.
And there's no better excuse for ice cream.
That's right, exactly. Maybe low fat or maybe some yogurt, but actually, who cares? Have a little ice cream once in a while, because when you eat cold foods, you have less chance of being so hot.
Your motivation for writing the book was to laugh at something that's kind of a difficult time, you know, and you talked to some women about this and found some common experiences.
Yes, yes, and I really find that people don't want to talk about it a lot. They find that it's embarrassing or something, but I found that once I could notice that patterns in my day, and I could notice, for instance, every night at 9:15 I had a hot flash, and I talked to other women, they said, oh my gosh, I never noticed that they came at a certain time of the day. And then you can prepare for that. And so when you get women together, they can all just share in the misery.
That's one of the things you mentioned, and it's a very tiny book. You can read it in one sitting, very thin and funny. But you have an example of journaling in there, you know, to help you identify, because if you can identify it, then you can manage it.
Exactly. I think that was the biggest thing for me, was they seemed to be so random at first. They'd come out of the blue and they'd be fierce and random. I could be speaking in front of a group, or I could be in a meeting at work and I'd be soaking wet all of a sudden. So I started keeping a diary, and that made all the difference. I could start to see patterns that they came at certain times of the day, and by knowing that pattern, I could be prepared for that, and I could start to make changes.
There's a lot of talk about this, especially with the public debate over hormone replacement therapy. You know, what, if I may ask, you know, have you found works for you? Is it just being able to manage and know when and work around it?
That's really right. I've tried different medications and different things to try to help, and for me personally, I haven't found anything that really stops the hot flashes. I don't think anybody can. So but everyone's individual, so they can try different things. But for me, it really made a difference to just know when they're coming, and know I can make decisions in my day. I can have salad for lunch instead of soup, and I'm not as hot in the afternoon if I don't have a hot lunch. So those kinds of things have made a difference for me.
You were actually soliciting other stories for women for Volume 2.
Right, exactly. I would love it if women would go on the website and write in any kind of stories that they have, either funny anecdotes or funny stories. I had a story of a woman who takes, every time she has a hot flash, takes the frozen peas out of the freezer and puts the peas on top of her head, and that helps her get through it.
Frozen peas.
I never would have thought of that.
Frozen food has lots of uses. I never thought that would be one of them.
Yeah. So I'd love it if people would write in and give me their stories.
Jane, what's the website?
It's www.hotflashesbook.com.
And the book is called When You're Hot, You're Hot, by local author Jane A. Nordstrom. And you can find the book at the Judith McGann and Friends bookstore in St. Louis Park, or online at, again, there's that website, hotflashes.com. Thanks so much for helping us find hope in the middle of all of this.
Thank you.
All right. Up next, the Gospel Christmas Sounds of Excelsior Choir.
Jesus, Jesus, oh, what a wonderful child. Jesus, Jesus, so holy, make him up your life.
Welcome back to Kare 11 Today. The 2003 Grammy-nominated Excelsior Choir has been wowing audiences for more than 20 years, and this Sunday they'll be working their magic again at the Pantages Theater in downtown Minneapolis. And with me right now to tell us more about it is Excelsior Choir's co-founder, Bobby Champion. Always good to have you on the show, Bobby.
It's always a pleasure to see you.
Good morning, all of you. Thank you so much for being here. Last time we visited, you were on your way to the Grammys.
And yes, we had a wonderful time at the Grammys. Myself, our music director, Darnell Davis, and we were there, and John Bream, and we were hanging out with everybody.
Well, what an experience. And I know you look forward to going back.
That's right. I'm planning on going back this year, not as a nominee this year, but hopefully next year as a nominee. But we are excited about it all.
Speaking of nominees, you are in concert this Sunday with with a current Grammy nominee.
That's right, Ann Nesby. You know, Ann was the former soloist or lead vocalist for the Sounds of Blackness, and she's a wonderful vocalist in her own right. Of course, as you've mentioned, she is nominated this year for a Grammy. She also was nominated last year with Al Green, the collaboration with Al Green. So, so we are excited about this upcoming show on Sunday and to have Ann Nesby with us.
Awesome, very powerful voice. If you haven't heard her, you don't know what you're missing. Just phenomenal. You're going to sing a Christmas song for us this morning?
We are. We are going to do "O Come All Ye Faithful."
That's my favorite Christmas carol.
And Linda Doby is going to sing the lead for us, and she's going to do the first verse in English, and then she's going to do, which will technically be the third verse in French.
Oh, I can't wait. Let's get to it. Thank you again. Let's give information about the concert. Excelsior's A Gospel Christmas featuring Ann Nesby is happening this Sunday at 7:30 p.m. at the Pantages Theater in downtown Minneapolis. Tickets are available at the State Theater box office, Ticketmaster outlets, or by calling 612-673-0404. And now, here with a preview, the Excelsior Choir. Thanks so much for joining us this Friday. We'll see you back here on Monday.
Have a great weekend.
Can't you see the people coming from there?